Inferiority complex is something that has to do with the individuals. We all have different ways that we are raised. We all have different experiences. So some of us are raised by a very tough parents and in a very tough environment. And this has actually affected us in the way we were brought up. You see some people acting confident. It's not because they want to act that way or because that is who they are. Sometimes they were brought up in that manner and they grew up to be that kind of people. So all those things can play a role in the reason why we have this inferiority complex in relationship. Once you're in a relationship and you see yourself beneath your partner, it will create a kind of environment where you have to keep pleasing them one way or the other. Meanwhile, the other person is not even expecting you to do that. But because you see yourself below that person, you don't really value yourself, it can actually affect your relationship. Sometimes they may see these things and ignore it, but if it keeps happening, it can actually ruin the relationship because everybody wants to be around someone who has confidence in themselves. If you find that maybe your inferiority complex is something that has to do with your childhood, I think you should work on it. Another reasons why someone would develop inferiority complex is because of peer pressure. So a lot of us have stories to tell. I have my own story. Growing up as a child in the primary school level, I remember back then people used to pick on my lips, especially my friends in school, my colleagues, they used to call me big lips and so on. And I think today it's one of my beautiful assets. Then I was young, so I didn't know the value of it. But it actually played a very, very big role in my life. So I used to be conscious of people looking at my lips, how they think about it, when I'm talking and whatever. Peer pressure has a way of making us believe that this is who we are. Most of us may not know that this is actually playing a very, very big role in our lives. If you look at it very well, you will find out that most people who are bullied act in some kind of way. It's not like they want to act that way, but that is how they've been conditioned by their peer groups. If you think this thing is not working, change it. If it is working for you, improve on it. That is one of your work as an adult. A lot of people who have developed inferiority complex today, actually got that trait from peer groups, the way they were being treated. And that is why a lot of people need to check on the children, who they spend their time with, the kind of groups that they keep in school and also in the environment. Are these people improving them? Are they making them a better persons? You always know in the way they act, in the way they behave, the way they respond to you. Most parents need to look into that. Sometimes you see your children acting in some kind of manner, but to you, they're just evolving. But you don't take note to find out where this is coming from. Is it their real self or there is something that is fueling it? Is there something that is making them behave in that manner? And that's the reason why you need to know the kind of friends that your children keep. Invite them to your home so that you'll be able to access them. Are they what your children? Are these people people that are supposed to be around your child? It goes a long way. This is one of the things that has helped me when I was growing up. I really appreciate my dad for the fact that every of my friends, you always want to have a contact with them. You want to know them, you want to see them. And after all, he will always tell me this person is good, this person is not good. I don't want to see you with this person. To me, it's like he doesn't want me to play with this person, he doesn't want me to play with that person. But at the long run, I will find out that this person is not even worth being a friend with. Your children's friends plays role in their lives. The kind of friends they keep in school, the kind of people that they are around plays a very major role in their lives. So most of the times, the reason why some people develop inferiority complex today is because of peer pressure. Sometimes you may think, okay, because I'm an adult, I shouldn't be acting in that way anymore, or all those things are not supposed to be affecting me. But trust me, the more you grow, the more those things develop until you take note and learn to do away with it. Most of the times, we don't know that all these patterns are something that has been reoccurring in our lives right from childhood. You have to make sure that you evaluate, your lifestyle, the things that you do, the way you do them, the reason why you're doing them. If you find out that this is what you used to do right from childhood, you've been doing this and it's not working for you, and you see that it's affecting you one way or the other, I think it's high time to work on it. Visit your background to heal from that trauma. Because if you don't work on it, it will continue to reoccur. And some people may not know that this is what is going on with you. They may think that you are just intentionally doing it. Meanwhile, it's the way you were brought up. Get rid of it or improve on yourself. So if you find out this about yourself, that maybe the reason why you have inferiority complex is because of the way you were being bullied in the past, I think you need to revisit your past. If you cannot do it by yourself, talk to people that you know that are ready to listen to you without judging you. It goes a long way because at the end of the day, if you don't do it, it continue to affect every of your relationship, whether it's your intimate relationship, business relationship, any kind of relationship at all, it will continue to affect and it will continue to surface. You may not know that this is what is happening until you work on yourself. We all have what we are dealing with one way or the other. Trust me, no one is perfect. Please revisit your past and heal from that trauma. It can be done. It is possible because there's nothing that is impossible unless you tackle it. Why do couples think that they are not enough for their partners? Why do you think that you're not enough for your partner? The reason is because you don't know who you are, you don't know your value, you don't know your worth. When you don't know who you are, you don't know your value, you don't know your worth, you always think that you are not enough for your partner. You need to go on a discovery journey. Most of us don't know that sometimes we are even much better than we think that we are. But until we start seeing ourselves that way, we always think that we are not good enough for anyone. And that is why sometimes God always wants us to wait, because He wants to work on us. If you don't love yourself, if you don't value yourself, if you don't know your worth, if you don't know who you are as a person, you always think that everyone is better than you. A lot of us, we need to work on ourselves so that we don't always depend on anyone's approval. Because if you do that, in your relationship, it's going to affect you. You will always be in a competition with your partner. You will always see yourself less. You will always seek for approval when it is not needed. Honestly, this is the reason why a lot of us need to do a major work on ourselves before venturing into relationship. You need to know your purpose. You need to know the person that you are entirely, so that you carry yourself like one and you don't have to always seek people's approval, what they think about you, how you should do your things, how you shouldn't do it. If you know yourself enough, you'll be able to do things on your own without having to depend on people to give you a go ahead when you should do it, when you shouldn't do it, how you should do it, how you shouldn't do it, if you're even doing well at all or not. Because it is a burden on others. So that's why you need to work on yourself. Know who you are, know your worth at all before even going into relationship in the first place. Even though you are going to be one in that relationship, you need to know that whatever you bring to the table is going to rub off on the person that you're in a relationship with. If you don't see yourself as someone who is worth that partner, you will always bring them down. You will always try to please them one way or the other when it is not needed. All you need to do is bring yourself the way you are, present yourself the way you are, but you must also have worked on yourself. You wouldn't have to please anyone. You are an individual working towards perfection. I think the major problem in this world is everyone trying to be perfect. No one is perfect in this world. You see, as we are plenty in this world, we all have the role that we are playing. So what role are you playing in this world? Who are you as a person? Once you figured out who you really are, it's going to help you to see yourself in that light and also help the people around you without having to put your burden on them, trying to get approval from them, trying to gain confidence from them one way or the other. Work on yourself. If you haven't, it's very important that you do that. And sometimes too, when you feel intimidated by your partner, you maybe tend to feel down, feel inferior. And why should you feel intimidated by your partner? If your partner is doing well, I think that should be a plus for you, because if your partner is doing well, it's a call for action. You also need to step up to be like them, to do like them, or even better, because when you step up and you're doing better, they will also step up to be like you. So there is no competition in a relationship. There shouldn't be anything like inferiority complex. You are one once you're in a relationship and you both are in partnership. So everything that you do should rub off on your partner, and anything that your partner do also should rub off on you. Don't feel intimidated when they are climbing the ladder, they are growing. You should see that as an opportunity for you to become better version of yourself. Don't be threatened by your partner's achievement. Don't be threatened by your partner's growth. You should also use that as a point of contact to become a better version of yourself. Because even though you're in a relationship, you are working towards your goal, you're working towards your purpose, you're working towards your destiny, the reason why you're created in the first place. So both of you coming together is a plus for you, because this person will help to push you up when it looks like you are falling. And the same thing goes to you too. So it's vice versa. Both of you have to put in the work. In fact, if your partner is doing well, you should know that it's something that is called for celebration, because one way or the other, you are fueling the reason why your partner is doing well. Maybe you're one of the reasons why they're growing, they are improving, they are doing better based on your encouragement to do better. So don't feel bad when your partner is growing. Anyone who wishes the partner to not grow because they want to feel better about themselves, they want to feel good about themselves, and not people that you should be in a relationship with. Or should it be that it is your partner that is feeling intimidated? Both of you can talk about it and let them know that all these things are just a mindset that needs to be readjusted. If your partner is feeling intimidated by you, or you find out that your partner acts in some kind of way that makes you feel that they are seeing themselves lesser than you both should address it. And I think addressing it even helps it to work. I think that a relationship is not about competition, it's about a win-win. It is a place of harbor, a place of encouragement, a place where you find solace when everything seems like it's falling apart. Both partners should learn to improve themselves, grow themselves, feel better about themselves. And I think anyone that you're going into a relationship with should be someone who loves you for who you are, who cherishes you for who you are, who wants to see you grow and want you to be yourself. So all those things are very, very important in your relationship. If you're looking out for a partner, look out for a partner who are very comfortable with who you are. Because if they're not comfortable with you, you will always look for a way to please them. And you can never please anyone in this life, because if you start off by pleasing them, you will continue to do it until you cannot do it anymore and you cannot take it anymore. If you find that intimidation is the case, it's something that can be talked about and worked on. Another reasons why partners think that they are not enough for each other is when both of them don't value themselves. This is very important. I've been talking about this since. You need to value yourself. You need to see value in each other. Why did you like this person? What are the things that you see in this person that want you to be in a relationship with them, that want you to be in partnership with them? They say the way you treat yourself is the way others will treat you. So you need to value yourself first so that you can see value in your partner. And I think one of the most reasons why partners think that they are not enough for each other is because they see that their significant other don't value them. Why would your significant other not value you if you don't value yourself? You need to look at it very, very closely. It could be that you don't value yourself. It could be that you put yourself down and put them above yourself. It could be that you don't see yourself good enough for them. It could be that there are some things that you're doing that makes them see you like you don't know your value. You don't know your worth. You have to feel that you're good enough for yourself. You have to feel that you are valuable so that others can value us and we can also see the value in others, because who you are is who you attract. And if you don't value yourself, it's going to affect your partner. Once your partner starts seeing that you don't even value yourself, they will start treating you that way. They will start treating you in that manner. And that is where a lot of things start to happen, because they start looking for someone who value themselves, who carry themselves like a valuable person, who knows their worth. A lot of us, when God is working on us, God is making us go through some things in life before we get something. It's because God is trying to work on us in these areas of our lives, trying to make us know who we are, trying to make us know our value. Once you know your value, you will know who you are, you will know your worth. You'll be able to see value in others. You'll be able to see people for who they really are. I can imagine myself not value myself, not seeing my worth. There's no way I will expect someone to treat me as a valuable person because I have not built myself up to that standard. And if I'm expecting it, trust me, and I don't have it in myself, it's going to weigh that person down, because you will always seek it. But at the long run, this person will get tired and will not be able to feed you with that treatment again. And that is why you need to see the value in yourself first, so that even when no one value you, you still value yourself and you carry yourself like one. And if you value yourself, it's going to rub off on your partner. If it is a serious relationship that is going somewhere to happen, it's something that should be taken seriously. Every actions you make, everything you do affects you and affects your partner, especially because anything you do will be rubbed off on your partner. Everything your partner does will be rubbed off on you. What are the things that you're doing that is making your relationship look in some kind of way? Maybe this person is someone that you love so much. This relationship is beautiful. You know it's heading somewhere, and all of a sudden things start falling apart and you don't know what to do. All those things are what you need to look at. This is one of the episodes in many that are yet to come. Inferiority complex is what is going on in the relationship that a lot of people fail to talk about. Most people face competition in a relationship, which is not supposed to be happening in the first place. You shouldn't be in a competition with your partner. You shouldn't always want to please them one way or the other. A relationship is a place that you're supposed to be getting all the encouragement you want. You're supposed to be growing. You're supposed to be becoming a better version of yourself. You're supposed to be unraveling. You're supposed to be becoming the person that God wants you to be. It's not a place that you compete with your partner. Even though both of you eventually become a business partner, regardless, you are a team and you're supposed to act like one. It is not a competition. Both of you are working towards a goal. You're working towards an accomplishment. You're working towards an achievement, and that's how it's supposed to stay. And I think all of us need to look at that angle. You're not going to get a certificate for anything at all. It is an unending journey. And if you feel that your partner sees you like you're not enough, you may try to evaluate yourself. What are you doing that is making your partner sees you as if you're not enough for them? Maybe it's the way you carry yourself. Maybe it's the way you take care of yourself, the way you treat yourself. Do you think that you're worth it? Do you think that you know yourself enough? Do you think that you could be doing some things? Maybe you are feeling intimidated by them, or this inferiority complex thing is acting up, is making your partner see you some kind of light. You may just have to do some self-evaluation to discover where all these things are coming out from. I want to take a little of your time, and I don't know if you're just joining me for the first time or you're a returnee. If you're just joining me for the first time, I just want to say thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope it's worth it, and I just want to encourage you right now to please subscribe to this channel. Subscribing to this channel is the only way this channel can grow, so please do not forget to click on that subscription button and like, also share to as many who needs to see this video. And if you're a returning, thank you so much for coming back again. Thank you for watching this video. I hope I'm giving you what you like. Thank you so much for stopping by, and let's continue. So what are the consequences of inferiority complex in relationship? One of the consequences is the fact that you will always have to please your partner. You always have to be in competition with them. And I think I've mentioned it already. And you may not really enjoy this relationship as you're supposed to. This person that you're in a relationship with may be a very wonderful person, may be a very beautiful person at heart, and in physical, may be a wonderful person, a awesome person. But as long as you don't value yourself, you're always inferior, you're always feeling intimidated about them, it's going to affect your relationship. You will not enjoy it. You always have to please them. And that is why, like I said, work on yourself. If it's something that's been reoccurring, maybe what you just need is to revisit the past and heal from it or work on it. If you cannot do it by yourself, talk to people that will not judge you, but will help you to come out of it. If you don't see yourself as someone who is worth it for that particular person that you are in a relationship with, this person might be frustrated, and it will get to a point where your partner will start seeking for someone who has more value, who knows their worth, who know who they really are as human. You may think that you've been doing everything right, but yet this person keep thinking that I'm not enough for them. Maybe what you're thinking is actually right. Maybe you see yourself as someone who is not enough for them. And they think that the only way they can help you, because after everything has been said and done, maybe they think that the only way to help you is to just let everything go the other way and them finding the right person for them. Because trust me, the way you are, the way you act, who you are is going to rub off on your partner, because it is an energy. People can attract your energy one way or the other. So you need to start seeing yourself like someone who is worth it, valuable. See, no matter who you are in this world, no matter your achievements, you are still a human. So no one is going to treat you lesser than yourself or above yourself if you don't let them. So don't be scared of anyone's achievement. If your partner has all this, has all that, that shouldn't put you down. That shouldn't make you feel inferior about yourself. They picked you for a reason. They know that you're worth it. They liked you for a reason. So why do you have to start seeing yourself lesser than them, or start seeing yourself lesser than the way you think you are? Most of the time, we don't know who we are until people tells us, and you don't want that to be your case. Sometimes you see people saying that, who does she think she is? Who does he think he is? Meanwhile, you see yourself lesser than you are, until people tell you to your face before you can pick action and start working on it. And I don't want that to be the case. Treat yourself like you're worth it. Carry yourself like a woman of value. Carry yourself like a man of value. It doesn't matter what they have. It doesn't matter the achievements. Remember that they picked you among every other people that are in their lives. It's not like they don't have any other persons. It's not like no one is available for them. But they picked you because they know that you are worth them, you complete them, and you are valuable enough to be seen around them. So stop putting yourself down. Because when you start putting yourself down, they will notice. If they really like you, they would have hinted you that you are doing it. But if you keep doing it and you're not making an adjustment, you're not working on yourself, they may want to opt out of that relationship and seek for someone else who value themselves, who knows their worth, and who knows who they really are as human. You see, God has created us uniquely. He knows who we are. He knows our value. Money does not make a human. Asset does not make a human. It is their heart. It is who they are, their character, the kind of person that they are, how they treat themselves, how they treat people. All those things are what makes a human. So what are you looking at in a relationship? What are your criteria? What are the value that you're seeking in a person? You need to understand that all these things are just vain. They are things that are perishable. But what is unperishable is who they are, the character, the kind, their being, the way they do things, the way they talk to people, the way they treat themselves, the way they handle things, the way they do things. All those things are what matters and not the things that you're looking at. And I think you should rejoice when they picked you, because you also picked them for a reason. So why should you be putting yourself down? Why should you start thinking that you're not enough? Maybe it wasn't like that before. Maybe they didn't have what they used to have. Eventually things change for them and things start becoming better. That is not supposed to be a problem for you. I think you should rejoice because you must have played a very major role in their achievement. Whatever your partner is who you are. So all you just need to do is work on yourself, start seeing yourself valuable. It doesn't matter how big or small your authenticity is or your purpose is. Once you start seeing yourself as someone who has purpose, whether big or small, you will see yourself as a valuable person and someone who is worth it. So if your case is the fact that your partner sees themselves lesser than you, all you just need to do is encourage them. Do not put them down. Accept them for who they are. Help encourage them to become a better version of themselves. Don't criticize them, and know that all of us on this earth are working towards perfection. No one is perfect. If you notice that your partner sees themselves lesser, they don't think that they are enough for you, help them to see themselves in the light that God wants them to see themselves. Help them to work on themselves. Encourage them when they are trying to make a little steps to become a better version of themselves. I also think that you should see them as they are. Don't put them down. Don't use negative words for them, because things that you say to people will always remain in the heart, especially when it is negative or positive. What you say to your partner goes a long way, and they will never forget, no matter how small it is. So help push them to become a better version of themselves. Let them see themselves the way God wants them to see themselves. Help them to become better. Encourage them to do better. It's not going to be lovey-dovey every day. It's not going to be a bed of roses. Another reasons why we are in partnership is because God wants us to build ourselves, because He knows that we are compatible enough to build ourselves to become better version of ourselves. Being in a relationship is a journey. It is a collective effort to be able to achieve the goal that both of you are aiming for. So what happens when you start seeing yourself as equal without feeling intimidated, without feeling inferior, having inferiority complex? What happens in that relationship is that you will experience peace. You both will be free to express yourselves. There won't be any room for competition because both of you will be yourself around each other. There will be clarity in the relationship because both of you will be also true to yourselves. There won't be any need for you to be playing hide and seek, trying to do a guessing game. If they like you, if they don't like you, what you will do to please them. So all these are what you will enjoy once you start being yourself, start knowing your worth and discovering the person that you have. In relationship, it is a collective effort. No one is bigger than the other. Both of you are working towards perfection. You're working towards one goal, and until you see it that way. Relationship is not supposed to be difficult, even though individuals are complex in nature because we grew up in a different environment. All these are the reasons why relationship is the way it is. So coming together does not mean that both of you are going to be perfect. There are things that you will have to work on. There are some things that you will need to adjust. So your partner should be able to help you. You should be able to help your partner. But that does not mean that you don't need to work on yourself. So it doesn't become a burden on your partner. And I think that is all for today. Inferiority complex has been playing a very major role in relationship that is supposed to be beautiful, relationship that is supposed to last, a relationship that is supposed to be an example for others. Inferiority complex, breaking it, destroying it. And I think this is a call for action for all of us to start doing better, becoming better individually, discovering ourselves, becoming a better version of ourselves so we don't become a burden for our partners. Thank you so much, and it's a wrap for today. I hope this video has been of a great help one way or the other. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and do not forget to click on the next video and I'll be seeing you there. Thank you so much. Bye for now.